Hey guys, and welcome to Performance Cars, and today I have a beautiful BMW Z4 Coupe. So we're starting from the side, and as you can see, the bonnet is very long. The engine itself is quite big, as I'll show you later, but it has a very sporty look to it. The front headlights are different to the earlier models. I believe this changed from 2006 onwards. This is a 2008 model, and the car is very clean. I can't believe the owner has managed to keep it in this state. 19-inch Esprit alloys with the calipers painted green, and EBC discs with the red stuff pads. It is running Toyo T1 Sport tyres. They are 235/35/19s at the front and 265/13/19s at the back. Moving on to the back, have the M badge just there. The exhaust is curved to go with the bodywork. I'll show you there. Rear parking sensors. So the top is not removable. This is not the Roadster model, so it's a fixed top. Very nice indeed. Move on to the inside. So this has a two-tone color interior. Black with a white beige leather. Speaker with the mirror and window switches. The seats are heated as well as electronic, so you can tilt them forward, slide them forward just with these buttons down here, just like the BMW M135i I did earlier. Steering wheel, radio controls. The steering wheel itself is cushioned. Headlight controls. We have a cup holder here. There's also one on the passenger side. And the dials just there, which are pretty small compared to the whole interior of the car. Center vents with the radio, heater controls, heater seats, DTC, TPMS, 6-speed manual gearbox with the sport button just there, hazard switch, some storage, speaker behind the seat, as well as a cubby hole. If I tilt the seat forward for you guys, there's just one there, and there's one also behind the passenger. So it's very nice indeed. So moving on to the boot area, open it just like this. There's plenty of space in here, netting on either side. That's a BMW tyre sealant. There's no spare wheel in this car, and just underneath here is the battery as well as a tyre inflator. You can also pull this cover up, which hooks onto there, and if you close it, you can see that it covers wherever you're holding in the storage area. So we'll move on to the engine bay. So this has BMW's 3-litre straight-six engine. It's pushing out about 261 brake horsepower and 232 foot-pounds of torque. The air filter has been changed for a K&N. He also has some aftermarket HIDs. But apart from that, this engine is very clean. There's more than enough power for nowadays. So this seating position of this BMW Z4 is really quite comfortable, especially with these seats anyways. The steering wheel itself is height and reach adjustable. The dash itself is quite high. The windscreen is not, well, it's quite narrow, but I can see a lot through them. Obviously there's going to be a blind spot just behind me there because of the hard top or the roof construction. But the mirrors itself, they're really nice and big. And this car loves to rev. Power is instant. There's no lag whatsoever. The gear shifts, I'm able to get into them nicely. All 6 gears. And the engine just loves to rev. I mean, I'll pop it to second here. Just have a car in front of me, just wait for a second. Nail it. Oh, just listen to that engine. The engine note on this straight 6 is beautiful. Back down to third. I am seated quite low in this car at the moment. I don't think the seats are height adjustable, but not that I want it any higher anyways. And I have about a hand's length above my head to the roof compared to the MRS, which was only a bit of a finger. My friend Martin, who owns this car, he's about 6'2", and he fits in this nicely. He did mention that he wanted an ST1000, but he's just too tall for that. The bonnet is very long. From the outside you can see the dimensions of it, but in here, seated so low, you can't actually see the front of it. So you do have to be careful when you're driving this car. Whereas normally when you're driving a normal Honda, you can more or less see the bonnet, you can judge it, but when you jump into something like this, it's different. So you just have to be a bit careful at first. So the whole layout of this car is, well, it's not cluttered at all. Everything is quite simplified. It's either in the middle or in front of you, and that's it. The dials themselves are quite small. When I first got into this car and I looked at it and I drove off, it was quite easy to go over 30 miles per hour without seeing it. That's because it only takes up about that much of the speedometer, whereas another car would take about that much. So that was something to look out for. The cornering, well, we've hit quite a bit of traffic now, but the cornering on this car, it really holds well. It's only been lowered about 30 mil all round. As I mentioned earlier, this has the EBC red stuff pads as well as the EBC drilled and grooved discs. These are not too bad. It's not actually a bad setup, especially for the road anyways. It's so nice. This car's so nice. I don't think he wants to be taking it on track. I mean, I wouldn't myself. As with many rear-wheel drive cars, especially if you're pushing quite a lot of power and you have DTC or traction control or any of the stability controls, do keep them on until you're more confident with the car and then switch them off. But once you switch them off, do be ready to catch it, especially when the back end is going to step out. So as we were cruising along the dual carriageway earlier, we were doing about 50-60 miles per hour, and the cabin noise wasn't too bad. You can definitely tell that this car has been built well, and there's quite a bit of sound deadening, but you hear more of the exhaust notes than anything, and that's really nice. It really put a smile on my face. So a BMW Z4 3-litre SI weighs in at 1,320. We have this one in at 1,300.
So I want to say a big thank you to Martin for letting me drive his car today, especially on such a short notice. This car is really nice. I had a lot of looks from other people, other drivers, and yeah, it's really clean for especially a 2008 car. So don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Stay safe, drive safely, and I'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys, and welcome to Performance Cars. And today we are at Tesla to test drive one of their Model S P90 DLs. We have been given this white one here, and it looks pretty sick. I'm going to take you around the car first, and after we'll go for a test drive. So let's check it out.